O ancient weaver, how many hours of your life were spent gathering the wild-grown riches of our home? Willow roots and nettles for the reef net.
The Reefnet technology was our economy, our way of life.
It was really designed for this area, and it was such an abundance of wealth.
They became the richest hunter-gatherer tribe in the world.
The canning industry started on the Columbia River in the 1860s.
That took the community participation out so that just one person, the cannery owner, was going to benefit.
Reefnetters would go out to the sites. Oh, there's a fish trap there. Go to the next Reefnet site, fish trap there.
Traditionally, Reefnet sites, they weren't bought and sold. They were actually handed down in families. I was the skipper's daughter, so I felt the need to work harder and faster than any other crew member to keep my place on the boat. I was 22, I believe. I started actually commercial fishing with my dad. It eventually became home, being out there on the water. It wasn't something talked about from my dad. I'd always seen the reef nets out at Lummi Island, but I didn't actually know the history. It wasn't till later in life that I started learning about reef netting. The difference in the two ways of fishing is the reef net is permanently fixed, so you're watching the fish come to you. Whereas the type of fishing we do with seiners or gill netters is you're watching for fish and you're chasing them. So it's always a follow the tides, follow the fish, get out in front of them. In the last 30 years, we've watched the steady decline of the salmon available to us to be able to harvest. There's a whole generation of children that haven't had the opportunity to go out on boats with family, whereas we all grew up going on a boat. My husband's name was Larry Kinley. His traditional name was Chehanuk. Larry thought, how are we going to bring this back to the children? They've got to know fishing to know our history and know our importance. Larry got this idea of let's build a reef net. And when he wanted to build a reef net, it was like, sure. And I think we got it done within a year. Currently, we have the only tribal reef net. Luckily, everyone over on Lummi Island were really open to a tribal member building a reef net. A lot of their gear, Larry noticed, was all like World War II parts, winches. There really was an opportunity to build something that was modern, more up to date. We have some wonderful family friends who started a boat building company here on our property, and that was the person that Larry reached out to for building the aluminum part of the reef net. We had another group of people that helped us with building all the anchors, and then they actually helped us set all the anchors out there too. We've set 2 sets of anchors. We've got some on Lummi Island, but more importantly, we have some at Cherry Point, Wichiakin. The world's biggest coal port wanted to build a dock at Cherry Point across a village site. There were so many reasons to be fighting this. Not only the ship traffic and the coal tankers that would be coming in, but the fact that it was a village site, one of our most ancient village sites. We won't allow it.
Colonel John Buck from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Good morning.
Hi, it's Cochille. Good morning.
I wanted to let you know that we've made a determination with respect to the request that you sent us last January. Bottom line up front is that we've determined there is a greater than de minimis impact to the Lummi Nation's usual and custom fishing rights based on the Treaty of Point Elliott. Subsequently, this morning we notified the applicant, Pacific International Holdings, a decision on the permit, which was a denial without prejudice.
Where the dock would have went is where our Reefnet anchors went. I went to a machine shop to get a part off our seiner redone, and I looked up and this picture was on the wall. And I told the lady that owned the shop that was our Reefnet gear. So somehow this photo was captured the one year that we had our Reefnet gear out at Cherry Point. It really puts into perspective how small the Reefnet is compared to the docks that are there now. It was a victory, but victories don't last long. Larry's goal with the Reefnet was he was hoping to pass it on to Northwest Indian College to get students out on them. But I lost my husband to cancer. So I kind of fell by the side there. I know that salmon are resilient, and I know that they will build back up to where we'll have harvestable levels again, but until then, with the seiner, I'm hoping that we can still get Reefnet time in, because those are our village sites. Those are our Reefnet sites. They're out there. So we have to get out there to be amongst our ancestors. That's the whole basis of everything.
My family was one of the pioneer families on Lummi Island.
The Washington Reefnet Owners Association is a longtime organization of the Reefnet license owners.
We only have 12 reef netting gears out here. That's it. But reefnet fishing exists. Come out here and witness it right here in the Salish Sea. Touch the water, breathe the air, feel the history of this place.